what was the interaction with the police? What happened there?
Yeah, essentially, we were told that we have 5 minutes to move our sign. We have to keep it moving. We're permitted to continue displaying this sign, but we have to lift it up and continue moving. I don't know where the 5-minute timeline came in. That's what they're giving us prior to giving us a $1,000 ticket. We were shown the bylaw that they're referring to. Because we don't have a permit, they're alleging that we are obstructing the sidewalk here, which, I mean, you can see, like, you know, you can see we're not obstructing anything.
Yeah, I don't see you're obstructing anyone. I see people
Is anybody
walking.
waiting beside us? No, but nonetheless, their statement is that they want us to move this sign around. We can continue displaying it, apparently, as long as we move it back and forth. So that is exactly what we are going to do. We're going to lift it up, we're going to move it, we're going to keep it on our shoes so that it is technically not on the ground and we are technically not obstructing. And I anticipate that we'll have some more interactions with the Ottawa Police prior to the end of the evening.
So what you're going to do, you're going to take it and basically comply and walking with it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, they said that they're going to ticket us. We're going to see. Yeah, we're going to obey their commands and see where they stand, provided we follow their directions, which was essentially we need to just move with the sign. Which I didn't see that in their bylaw, but that's what they've told us.
So, folks, some lawyers that are here to fight for constitutional freedoms have been approached by the police saying that they cannot stay here to fight for other people's constitutional freedom. Yep. Absolutely ridiculous. We're going to see what's happened once again. Another time today, I will tell you, stay tuned. We will make sure to keep you updated at Rebel News.
Well, I love our young reporter, William Diaz-Bertium, and joining me in studio, as you can see, is one of the two lawyers for the Democracy Fund who was on the scene. His name is Mark Joseph. Mark, great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it sounded absurd. You can hold the sign, but not if it's on the ground. You can put it on your feet. You can hold it, but you have to move with it. And it just sounded so made up, so absurd. As Adam said, there was nothing in the bylaw about touching the ground, touching your feet. This is pure, capricious wielding of power just to be a bully. It just couldn't be clearer to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little disheartening to be there on Canada Day to celebrate democracy and then be told that you can't hold a sign celebrating democracy. That was a little disheartening.
Yeah, the sign literally says strengthening democracy. There's nothing partisan about it. It's a nonpartisan charity, strengthening democracy. And you were there to do what? To give advice on how to be a peaceful protester and deal with the law, right?
Yeah, that's right. We were legal observers, charter scrutineers. We were giving a general legal information with respect to our constitutional rights that everyone in Canada has. We weren't certainly aggressively promoting anything. We were waiting for people to approach us, and we would discuss the charter with them.
You know, I have been, the first time I went to Ottawa, I was a very young man. I've probably been, I mean, I lived there for a while. I've been there countless times. There is always someone with a sign. Sometimes the signs make no sense. Sometimes the signs are gruesome images. They're often political. I have never in my life heard police before say, you must get rid of this sign. I just have never heard it. And for them to pick on a sign that's so clearly in the public interest, good faith, you guys are so obviously lawyers, you were dressed up as lawyers. I mean, you weren't, it didn't say burn the place down, or there was nothing profane about it. That was just a power trip by a cop. I think there's something deeply wrong with what we just saw. Adam was making light of it. You know, I mean, the solution you guys had, let's walk with it. All right, but that's humorous in a way, but it is not a funny thing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was comical. I think at the end, I think the police and ourselves and the people watching thought it was kind of silly, but you're right. I think it points to something dysfunctional in Canadian sort of society, where lawyers can't discuss charter rights on a corner of a street that's completely blocked off to traffic with their fellow Canadians. That I think is a little disturbing.
Well, there's a reason I don't practice law, and there's a number of reasons. One is I don't think I have the patience, and I'm not very strong on the paperwork side. The second is I think I'm slightly too rambunctious, at least these days. When I saw that, and I'm not trying to second guess you, I'm telling you what my reaction was, and I'd like you to answer what you think of this. My instinct was, Adam said, okay, and you guys decided you're going to comply because you don't want the hassle, you don't want to be arrested, you don't want the conflagration, and you'll just do the stupid thing that they asked. But why would you? And I'm not trying to be a Monday morning quarterback. I'm just thinking, if I had actually been there, I would have said, you're seriously going to arrest or ticket civil liberties lawyers giving civil liberties law, and you think a prosecutor is going to prosecute this, and you think a judge is going to uphold this, and we're filming everything, so it's not like you can make a lie about our bad behavior. I dare you to be a Putin-style bully. Go ahead and arrest me. What's your name and badge number? Because we're going to get to know each other. I would have had an aggressive, not rude and not threatening, but I would have said, bring it on, you little fascist. If you want to give me a ticket for giving free legal services, that's something that the courts ought to know about. We'll see you in court, baby. I probably would have sworn. That's what I would have done. And I'm not, so what, is that too hot? Or were you just thinking, don't get kicked out of here, just still be useful, still talk to people?
Well, look, I think there's a time and place for that passion. And we see that a lot of times in other countries. But I think as lawyers, we don't want to be seen as defying the law that explicitly directly. I think it undermines the larger mandate of TDF. Certainly, it crossed our minds that this wasn't right. Usually, the police have the discretion to exercise in favor of protesters, peaceful protesters in this case. And I think we felt that some of that discretion has been removed from the police officer on the ground for whatever reason. So now they just arbitrarily enforce or blanket enforce these petty bylaws, I think, to get rid of the dissent.
What you just saw was an excerpt from my nightly show, The Ezra Levant Show. Every weekday, I do a monologue. Usually it's about half an hour. Then I interview an interesting guest, and then we read my hate mail or my fan mail, whichever is more fun. It's only available behind a paywall, though. That's how we pay our bills here at Rebel News. We don't take a dime from Justin Trudeau. But the good news is it's only $8 a month, about half the price of Netflix. And in addition to my nightly show, you also get weekly shows from 4 other friends here at Rebel News. So you're getting 36 shows a month just for $8. I think it's worth it. And even if you're not quite sure, do it anyways, because we rely on viewers like you to keep us free and independent. I promise you I'll never take a dime from Trudeau. Just go to rebelnewsplus.com and click subscribe. Thanks.